Everybody, Danny Rick here. How is everyone today? Season 6, baby. Bring it on. Yes, you ripper. Let's do it. Everybody, welcome to the Season 6 reveal. Today, we're going to get this shit underway as quickly as possible. I know everybody's itching to find out what teams and teammates and driving cars and whatnot they're willing to have, or they're going to have. With me today, J-Dog, are you there, buddy?
Mr. Danny Rick, thanks for having me, my friend.
Oh, you're welcome, mate. You're very welcome. I am doing the best I can in the way of introductions with what I have available to me. I am nearly 50 years old and I'm not technologically advanced, so I'm using the everything I can.
Mate, I thought Steven Spielberg made that. What are you talking about?
What a production. What a production. All right. Okay, what we're going to do, boys, I know everyone's on the stream. What we're going to do is reveal the tier 1, we're going to do the tier 2 first, I believe. What we have, and I'll explain it to everybody as we go. J-Dog, if there's any changes, mate, feel free to step in. The tier 2 drivers that signed up, we have 13 full-time tier 2 drivers. Okay, so what I've done, there's obviously going to be a bucket of 6 from the top 6 that signed up first. And there's going to be another bucket for the remaining 7. So that means there'll be 1 ball left in the bucket. Now, this last person who I draw out of this bucket will then be a teammate with the very first person who signed up as a reserve for Tier 2. And I believe it may be Kendricks. And Kendricks, being a reserve driver, will then be able to accumulate points for the constructors and himself, of course, for that team, for the last person who I draw out of this barrel. Does that make sense, J-Dog?
It certainly does, and
It'll make
just
sense
to
as we draw it. Yep.
and just to add to that as well, so say that first reserve who Kendricks is for this, if that's first reserve not available, it moves to the next person just to make it fair. So that full-time driver.
Yes, correct. The next person in line is Tyler. And I've got a list of how they all signed up. So yeah, that's how it's gonna work out. So that way, the last person by themselves does not carry that team all alone through the championship. They're always going to have a teammate. Yeah. All right. So without further ado, we're going to get into the first draw. I have some ping pong balls with the drivers' names on it. I'm just going to put. This is the first bucket for Tier 2, the top 6 drivers. So I will show it up to the screen, and everybody, let me grab a pen so I can write it down. You'd think I'd have a pen. And here we go. Okay. So let's get on with it. The very first one, we're going to give the balls a shake up. Winner, chicken dinner. Here we go. The first driver for Tier 2 is going to be Mr. Junkyard. Junkyard is number 1, and his teammate is going to be Junkyard. His teammate is going to be Natty. I feel sorry for you already, Junkyard. There we go. Natty. And if you can write these down. Do you have a pen and paper handy, J-Dog?
I don't, but let me
that's all right. I've got one, mate.
I'm new age. That's it. Don't worry.
Natty and Junkyard, number 1. Now, the teams they will be driving for will be the cars they want. Give a bit of a shaker. Here we go. The team for Junkyard and Natty will be the Red Bull. They get the Red Bull today. Okay. That's them done.
Lucky pick. So I don't think there'll be many people seeing Red Bulls finish the race this season.
I know. All right, let's get on to the second part of the draw. The second driver for Tier 2 pairing will be Ludozzi, and his teammate will be. Whoops, we just had a major catastrophe. We're okay. His teammate will be Purple and Ludozzi. Let's write them down. Purple and Ludozzi, and their team will be. In the Alfa Romeo, that way, Alfa Romeo for Purple and Ladozi there. All right.
I got this list, so don't worry about that. I got it covered, Danny. No problems.
All right, thanks, mate. Yep, no worries. Okay, the third driver pairing for Tier 2 will be Fuego, and his teammate will be. There's only one left. Turtle will be, so it's Fuego and Turtle. Fuego and Turtle. And that is the top 6 there. And their team will be, for Fuego and Turtle, their team will be in the Alpine this season. For those boys. Well done to them. That's the first 6 done, mate. Now we're going to go on to the second half of Tier 2. So I'll just write, I'd like to keep a track of that. So that is, they're in the Alpine. Okay. That's the first 6 done. Drivers and teams. The second half of Tier 2. Here we go. Will be Mexican Diego. I did write it all the way around there. Mexican Diego, and his teammate will be Ploidy. Ploidy gets Mexican Diego, and their team will be in the Alpine. They're taking the Alpine today. Okay, so that is Ploidy and Mexican Diego in the Alpine for those guys. All right, keep going with the Tier 2 reveal drivers, and the next one up is Romsey. Okay, and his teammate will be the newcomer, Frizy and is that Frizy and Romsey? I said, I think, yeah, Frizy and Romsey, Frizy and Romsey, and their team will be. They're in. Get that right, Danny. They're in the Mercedes. Romsey and Frizy are in the Merc. Okay. In the Merc. Okay, continue with this. Next driver pairing will be Chernobyl, and his teammate will be Kelly Boston and Chernobyl. 3 and Kelly Boston and Chernobyl, and their team will be in the McLaren. They are in the McLaren, those boys. So, Chernobyl in the McLaren and Kelly Boston in the McLaren also. Now, there's one driver left, obviously, and that is Poloski. Poloski is going to have a reserve teammate for this season. So, Poloski, his car will be, and his teammate's car will be, is that the Aston Martin? I think it may be, if we can get that right. I had one job. All right, there we go. Aston Martin for Poloski and his reserve teammate. All right, so Poloski gets the Aston Martin. And that, my friend, is Tier 2 driver and teams done. Now, the reserve drivers for Tier 2 are as follows in order they signed up. Kendricks, Tyler, Blackballer, Jonesy, Shahomey, Acid Masters, Raging Bull, Harass, Matty AU, Jace F1, Urban Chicken, and Sir Charles. They are the Tier 2 reserves. Alright, so let's reset. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to do We are about to do Tier 1 next. Tier 1. You still with me there, J-Dog?
I sure am.
Thanks, mate. Just checking.
No worries. Do you want to do a recap on that?
On the lineup?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Tier 2 lineup is as follows. We have teammates Fuego and Turtle. They are in the Alpine. Purple and Ladozi. They are in the Alfa Romeo. Natty and Junkyard. They are in the Red Bull. Okay. Poloski and his reserve, whoever the reserve is for his races, will be in the Aston Martin. Ploidy and Mexican Diego will be in the Alpine. Romsey and Frizy are both in the Mercedes. I've said Chernobyl. Chernobyl and Kelly Boston are in the McLaren. I think I've covered that. Can confirm, J-Dog? Can confirm?
I can. With two of those, the Alpine drivers, I think there might have been a double up.
Of what?
Fuego and Turtle, and then Mexican and Ploidy. Can you confirm? I might have heard incorrectly.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should have possibly. Yeah, what I should have done is take the teams out as I called them. Yeah, you're right there. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I've doubled up on the teams. Yep.
That's okay. Just give them the
So it's just the Alpine.
Just the Alpine, yeah. So one of those two teams, just to give them a
okay. So give them
random.
I
believe you called Fuego and Turtle first, so it was Mexican Diego and Ploidy.
All right. So who are we going for? What's for what coupling?
Mexican Diego and Ploidy.
Mexican Diego and Ploidy. Okay, we'll redraw their cars here. Sorry, I should have taken it out. Okay. Bit of a mix-up, and here we go. Alfa Romeo, they can't have that, can they? Because
no.
Purple,
I believe,
and Purple has it, and Ladozi have it, so they can't have that. Okay, let's try another one. AlphaTauri, there it is. We haven't drawn that one, so AlphaTauri it is for
perfect.
Ploidy. Oh, geez, he'd be wrapped. He drove that last season, didn't he? So, no bias there. That was a complete fluke of a draw. So they're in the AlphaTauri for Ploidy and Ladozi. And everything is pretty cool after that, I believe, mate.
Yes. So it was Ploidy and Mexican Diego. Yeah.
I thought it was Ladozi. Sorry, did I say Mexican? Yeah, I said Ladozi. Yeah, sorry.
Purple and Ladozi in the Alpha. Yeah.
So Purple and Ladozi are in the AlphaTauri. Yep, I've got the alphas mixed up. And Ploidy and Mexican Diego are in the AlphaTauri. Yes.
I actually did the same thing. I wrote Alpha.
I know. Yeah. All right. Okay, that's sorted. Let's get on with the resetting for Tier 1, boys. But the main event here we go. All right, Tier 1, first draw. First draw, all the balls are going in there. Second draw, all the balls are going in there. I've got so many ping pong balls left over, I'm going to have to donate them to a Thailand ladyboy show, I tell you what. But anyway, all right. Don't choke too much, J-Dog. Here we go. All right. Tier 1, boys, here we go. We have 17 full-time drivers, and we have 7 reserves for Tier 1 today, so for this season. Here we go. Tier 1, first one is going to be Aussie there, and his teammate will be Chris and Aussie together. And so let's write this down in order. Aussie and Chris, number 1, and their team will be Aussie saying please and McLaren, Chris is saying please and Aston Martin. Who's going to be? And they will both get the Mercedes-Benz for those two boys. Okay. Okay, so they get the Merc, Mercedes, and Mercedes. All right, next up for Tier 1. Let's carry on. We've got a race to do after this, if I can talk. Next one up is Mr. Mighty Wombats. Mighty. And his teammate will be... that's right there. Magnus and Mighty. Oh, that's a force to be reckoned with, those two boys, isn't it? Magnus and Mighty.
I think we might need to do another reshake around, mate.
Two, and their team will be... Their team will be in the... Oh, it might be tricky for them, J-Dog. They're in the Alfa Romeo this season. Alfa Romeo, those
well, let's see if he can pull off their magic in a different vehicle.
Well, they've got to pull off something, that's for sure. No doubt about that. And they're in the Alfa Romeo, those two boys. The next pairing for Tier 1 will be Metro, and his teammate will be Nanda. I think, yep, get your hand right, Danny. Nanda, there it is. So Metro and Nanda, number 3. Metro and their team will be in the Red Bull. Those two boys are this season. Metro and Nanda.
They'll be happy. Yep. I know at least one will be happy about that. Yep. My goodness.
And a Red Bull. So we'll just mark that down. A Red Bull for those boys. The next draw will be Santos. And his teammate will be, there's only one left in here for the top 8 draw, top 8 draw there. That will be JM. So Saint and Jane will be number 4, and their team will be... Their team's going to be in the Ferrari, those boys. They're in the Ferrari. Okay. Saint and Jay in the Ferrari. And... Okay. Now, the next part 2 of the Tier 1 boys. Here we go. It will be KD, and his teammate will be J-Dog and KD. Pairing up there. Was that a sigh of disappointment, or what was that?
No. I just hope he actually puts me on his clips this time, you know?
Yeah. All right, guess what? Now your team that you're driving for is going to be...
If you pull a Haas out of there...
is going to be... in the Williams, you boys are going to be.
Oh my goodness. I stumble a Haas, he goes Williams, my God.
There we go. That's a good car, mate. You'll make that Williams, you bitch. Don't worry about
20 years ago.
All right, next draw. Trying to keep a tight schedule here because I know we've got a race soon. The boys want to race. It's getting late overseas, blah, blah, blah. Next one is CJF. Okay, his teammate will be... Pepe and CJF. Okay, and number 6, and their team will be they're going to be in the McLaren. Those boys will be in the McLaren. Okay, keep going. The next one out is Saucidi. the Ecuadorian Emporium himself, Saucidi, and his teammate will be Rhino and Saucidi. Okay. So there will be number 7 and 7, and they will be driving for can't have the McLaren, can they? Why did I put a McLaren back in there? I don't know. They will be in the Huss, those boys. Saucidi and Rhino, you'll be driving the Huss this season.
Good luck, treat her well.
Yep, treat it well. He's handing over the keys. He kept your seat warm for you. Huss, and I could just hear Saucidi now just crying his eyes out. Probably didn't want the Huss. But anyway, here's what it is. Fair draw, bro. All right, next up, still going for Tier 1, Little Junior Burger himself, Ferrari Pro. His teammate's going to be... the new guy, Clay the Monkey. I think that's a pretty good pairing, actually. Clay and Ferrari Pro. So they will be 8 and
If you pull
8.
a Ferrari out of this thing, we're going to have to do a redraw. People think this is going to be rigged.
I can't. It's already drawn. Ferrari has J and
Saint in it. Yeah. It is too.
So bad luck, Ferrari. You're going to have to deal with what the good Danny gave you. Okay. You guys are in the... Oh, can they have the AlphaTauri? Yes, they can. They are in the AlphaTauri. Yep. You boys are in the AlphaTauri. Clay and Ferrari Pro. Honda Power now, Ferrari Pro. Watch out, mate. Now you'll get some speed. All right, next one. Oh, there's only one left, and that is a Dazza. A Dazza is going to fly the flag solo for the time being, and his teammate will be... the first reserve will be Finchy, so that's not a bad one if Finchy rocks up. So I'll put that down, and they boys will be driving. They will be driving the Aston Martin. Finchy and a Dazza will be. They can have that. Yes, they can. They're in the Aston Martin. Finchy and a Dazza in the Aston Martin. Like we said before, J-Dog, the first... the
reserve driver,
the reserve driver
will move down,
will contribute towards constructors.
Yep.
As opposed last season, they weren't contributing towards constructors, but now they can. Reason being just to help out the solo guy,
Yeah, so just to clarify on that, so say for example, myself, say I miss a race and someone fills in, those points won't count. It's only specifically for this team because there's no driver full-time to actually equalise that. They needed obviously
so there has to be a team race. They both have to be racing in order for those points to count. If the full-timer was not in the race and only the reserve driver was for that team, the reserve driver am I right in saying the reserve driver will not get the points for the construction?
That's only for teams that don't apply to that one. So like the singular team, like a Dazza, for example. Correct. So any other teams that have 2 full-time drivers, when a reserve driver fills in, no points for the reserve driver. Yep.
All right, boys, we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to have a quick 5-minute break before we get into the Abu Dhabi Invitational. So it looks like we've got a stacked lobby for that one, J-Dog. That's going to be interesting, and that's a sprint plus a 35% race.
I'm very excited.
So I think we've wrapped it up. I think we got it all underway. Got to pick up all my balls now and get ready for the Invitational. And thanks to everybody. Hopefully that was fair and square for everybody. And I think it's a good mixture of this season. I think it's going to... I think we may see some boys come out of the woodworks that we normally wouldn't, but hopefully we get a good season underway. And we'll get more details on that after the Abu Dhabi Invitational. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Much appreciated. We'll catch you soon.